There's something frustrating about watching sugar pile on weight while you're trying to stay healthy. That morning coffee with two sugars hits differently now than it did years ago. The afternoon dessert lingers in your system longer. Every sweet snack triggers insulin spikes that lock fat in place, turning weight management into an endless uphill climb. Most sugar substitutes taste terrible or bring their own baggage. Stevia leaves a bitter aftertaste. Erythritol gives you that weird cooling sensation in your mouth. And artificial sweeteners make everything taste synthetic and fake. But there's something called allulose that works differently. It's actual sugar that your body treats like it isn't there. I'm Dr. Adrian Laurence, accredited lifestyle medicine and family doctor for 17 plus years. In the next few minutes, I'll show you the science behind how it works, the practical steps, and who should avoid it completely. So allulose is what scientists call a rare sugar. It looks like regular table sugar, tastes remarkably similar, but your body can't process it normally. Think of your metabolism like a security checkpoint in an airport. Regular sugar gets stopped, processed, and either used for energy or stored as fat. Allulose gets waved through without setting off any metabolic alarms. The numbers tell an interesting story. Allulose has zero net carbs and triggers virtually no insulin response, but it tastes about 70% as sweet as regular sugar. That's close enough that most people don't notice the difference in their coffee or baking. Research shows it helps your body burn fat instead of storing it. A 12-week study with 121 adults found that people taking allulose twice daily had significant reductions in body fat, body mass index, and abdominal fat measured by CT scans. The key detail: they didn't change their calorie intake. The fat loss came from metabolic changes, not from eating less. When you consume allulose with other carbohydrates, it blunts the blood sugar response. Research with 30 adults found that modest amounts of allulose significantly reduced plasma glucose levels at the 30-minute mark after eating sugar. Unlike artificial sweeteners, allulose doesn't trigger cravings or gut disruption in most people. About 70% of what you consume gets absorbed in your small intestine and then filtered out by your kidneys unchanged. The remaining 30% passes through your system without being fermented by gut bacteria, which explains why it's generally well tolerated. Compare this to other options on the market. Stevia often has a bitter licorice-like aftertaste that many find unpleasant. Erythritol creates that distinctive cooling effect on your tongue and can cause digestive issues because it's poorly absorbed. Sucralose and aspartame have that artificial sweetness that your brain recognizes isn't real sugar. Allulose behaves like sugar in recipes too. It browns and caramelizes, which most sugar substitutes can't do. This makes it particularly valuable for baking, where you want both the sweetness and the functional properties that sugar provides. The mechanism behind its fat-burning effects involves several pathways. Allulose increases fat oxidation and energy expenditure while suppressing the liver enzymes that create new fat from excess carbs. This is a measurable shift in how your body processes energy. One particularly interesting finding involves GLP-1, the same hormone targeted by weight loss medications. Studies in rats show that allulose stimulates the release of GLP-1 from intestinal cells. This hormone helps regulate appetite, slows stomach emptying, and improves insulin sensitivity. The effect appears sustained, with GLP-1 levels remaining elevated for 60 to 120 minutes after allulose consumption. While most of this research comes from animal studies, preliminary human data suggests allulose may increase GLP-1 secretion in people. This natural GLP-1 boost could explain some of the appetite control and glucose benefits seen in human trials. Though we need more direct research to confirm this mechanism works the same way in people as it does in rats. Before you rush out to buy it though, let's talk about the real-world limitations and who should be cautious. First, digestive issues at high doses exist. While most people tolerate it well, exceeding moderate daily amounts can cause gas, bloating, and loose stools. Research shows there's a tolerance threshold related to body weight. Go beyond that threshold and digestive distress becomes likely. If you're finding this helpful, I simplify health optimization in a free newsletter for people who want to feel better and live longer. Link in the description below. Allulose runs significantly more expensive than regular sugar. If you're using it regularly, budget accordingly. The taste difference matters to some people. At 70% sweetness, you might need more than expected, or you'll need to adjust your expectations. Some people find this difference negligible, Others notice it immediately. People with IBS and sensitive guts should be more careful about starting small or avoid it completely. Even though allulose is classified as low FODMAP, the portion that reaches your large intestine can trigger symptoms in high-sensitive individuals. Start with a small amount and monitor your response carefully. If you tend to overconsume sugar substitutes, you'll likely do the same with allulose. It's not a magic solution that lets you eat unlimited sweet foods. The metabolic benefits come from moderate strategic use, not from replacing massive amounts of sugar. And the long-term data is limited. Most studies run 12 weeks or less. While we have a 48-week study showing safety and potential liver benefits in 90 adults with high LDL cholesterol, we don't have decades of human data. This doesn't mean it's necessarily dangerous, but it means we're still learning about long-term effects. And allulose won't fix a poor diet or sedentary lifestyle. The fat loss studies were conducted in people maintaining their normal eating patterns. If your overall diet is problematic, allulose isn't going to solve that fundamental issue. Compared to other sweeteners, allulose has a generally better safety profile than sugar alcohols, which commonly cause digestive upset. It's also been granted GRAS status by the FDA, meaning it's recognised as generally safe for its intended use. However, it's not approved in the EU or Canada yet, where it's still undergoing regulatory review. The research is promising but not definitive. Most clinical studies showing metabolic benefits have been relatively small. We need more long-term data in diverse populations to confirm these benefits hold across different genetic backgrounds and dietary patterns. If you decided allulose makes sense for your situation, here's how to integrate it safely and effectively. Start with liquid swaps. Coffee, tea, protein shakes are the easiest place to begin because taste differences matter less when mixed with other flavours. Start with a small amount in your morning coffee and see how your body responds over the first few days. For baking, use about 1/3 more allulose than you would sugar to account for the sweetness difference. Here's the critical detail. Allulose browns faster than regular sugar. Reduce your oven temperature by a little bit, maybe about 25 degrees Fahrenheit, and check your doneness 5 to 10 minutes earlier than usual. This prevents burning while still getting that golden brown colour and caramelised flavour that makes baked goods appealing. And you can consider a 2-week taste reset. Instead of using extra allulose to match sugar's full sweetness, use a 1-to-1 swap. Your baked goods will be less sweet, but this helps retrain your palate to need less intense sweetness over time. Many people find they prefer this lower level after adapting. Pay attention to dose timing. Split your intake throughout the day and start with small amounts, especially when beginning. This keeps you well below the tolerance threshold while still getting metabolic benefits. And look for pure, crystalline allulose, not blends with fillers or other sweeteners. Many products mix allulose with stevia or monk fruit to achieve 1-to-1 sweetness with sugar, but this reintroduces the aftertaste you're trying to avoid. Track your individual response. Some people feel digestive effects at lower doses than the research suggests. Keep a simple log for the first week, noting how much you used and any symptoms. This helps you find a personal tolerance level. Combine allulose with other metabolic health habits. It works best alongside adequate protein, fibre-rich foods, and regular movement. The fat loss studies showed benefits in people maintaining normal eating patterns, but those patterns included balanced nutrition and physical activity. Allulose is highly hygroscopic, meaning it absorbs moisture from the air. Keep it in an airtight container to prevent clumping and maintain its baking properties. So basically, allulose is a useful tool for glucose control and fat loss, not a miracle cure. Start small, watch your gut response, and use it strategically where its unique properties matter most. And if this video has been helpful, try this one next to learn more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you there.